Welcome back to Under the Pink Hat. My name is Tim, aka Siler, and I'm joined today with my friend Alphiebeet. And we watched Mortal Kombat 1995. So welcome, Alfie. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Have you ever seen this movie before I made you watch it?
No, I know absolutely nothing about the Mortal Kombat franchise. This was my first introduction to it, and in fact, I almost accidentally watched the wrong movie.
Oh, did you almost watch the newer one?
Worse, I almost watched the direct to VHS animated version of this movie, which also came out in 1995. Called like Mortal Kombat the first whatever something something. It's like a 40-minute thing, and I considered also watching that in addition once I realized that it was wrong, but I didn't do that.
Yeah, I do remember that cartoon like vaguely. I remember it was bad. I think it's like a prequel or something to the movie. It's something weird like that, but I know it wasn't good.
Yeah, as far as it was explained to me, it's basically the entire thing was a commercial for the live action movie. So it's not really meant to stand on its own. And literally I started watching a like free version of this because the entire thing's uploaded to YouTube. And there was a voiceover of a guy like explaining, here's what it is. It's not the movie that Tyler wants you to watch. And I'm like, that's weird that you included that line. How did you know?
They knew somehow. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I figured it out and I got the right one.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I one of the earliest memories I have of Mortal Kombat is like the really old game, like the original game, and this movie. It's like those two like both pop in my head at the exact same time. So because like I've been playing Mortal Kombat games like as far back as I can remember, going back to I think my Sega Genesis, I think is when I started playing them. So it's like it's been a long time. So I've played almost all of them. So I'm a big Mortal Kombat guy. So coming back to this movie was fucking awesome, and I'll give my thoughts on why I think it's awesome, and as well as the newer ones are really fucking good too. And
Ooh.
the second one comes out this week, actually tomorrow. It comes out in theaters. So that's what made me want to watch this one. Is the second one comes out tomorrow. So it's hype. It's hype, dog. Okay, so. It kind of honestly they don't really waste a lot of time getting into the premise of this movie, which was nice. They kind of just like immediately start setting up the characters,
Yeah.
which is sweet. Liu Kang, that hair though, for Liu Kang's hair, it gets me every time. It's like every time he starts walking or does anything, it's just like bobbing in the air. It makes me laugh every single time because like the dude just has aura when he walks. And then so yeah, we learn that Liu Kang's brother was killed by Shang Tsung, and then he just wants to go after Shang Tsung to get revenge for him, and he goes back home to his little monk village that we knew he left for the States.
I really like the cinematography. Like, I kind of expect obviously video game films have a reputation for being really bad and really poorly made and really just like a cash grab. But they did some, like, immediately, Liu Kang, as soon as you see him, and like, it's entirely shot in like green. Just for the vibes of it. Like, there's no reason for this. It's just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna be cool. And I'm like, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. This was like I think one of the first like video game movies that actually kind of got it right. Because like they did follow a lot of the lore from the games and like stick to it. Like even like the voiceovers with the "come here" and everything is just straight up from the game, and it's like so. That was one of the things that was like celebrated by fans was just like they took their fucking time for this movie. And then I'll give some movies which this guy made after this, which he did not follow through on that.
Aw.
So one thing that made me laugh is immediately Liu Kang is just like, oh, the tournament's not real. How can you believe this? Like, blah, blah, blah. Then literally 5 seconds later, it's just like, I'm going to go fight in the tournament. I'm going to go. And then he's just like, immediate 180, no chill time, just next scene, just next shot, just he's like, I'm gonna go fight, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess he believes in it now. I don't know. He just grilled an old man, his grandfather, for believing in it. So I think you owe that man an apology, and he never gives it. Just what a dick move, man. I did like the introduction of Lord Raiden. I think he was really good in this movie. Christopher Lambert was actually really good. I was reading and listening to some behind the scenes stuff, and he had no idea what Mortal Kombat was.
Ooh.
And so he didn't know who Raiden was, and he just went in it completely blind and just like went for it. But I guess like he wasn't taking it seriously, but he was at the same time. That's why he's kind of goofy in his jokes and like improv stuff that he does. He's just like, I'm just having a good time, man. He's
That's
just
awesome.
like that's what he said. He's just like, this was one of my favorite movies that I ever made. He's just like, because I just had so much fun playing it. And I'm just like, I love that. Like he's just like I just looked at it as a fantasy movie, so I just played it like I was being a wizard kind of thing. And I was like, fuck yeah. But no, I loved him in this.
Yeah, I love all the moments that he shows up. It really just feels like everybody else is taking it super seriously, and then there's just this old man who's like, "Yeah, whatever, dog. Your brother just died, but have you seen my wicked vibe?"
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and he's just like, he always comes in and he's just like, what's up? Like,
Just like
how
aura,
we doing?
aura farming or whatever the kids say.
Yeah, and then I even wrote a note that he kept saying this. He's like, I don't think so. And he says it like a bunch of times throughout the movie, and then there's this little laugh. He's like, ha ha ha. Fucking, oh. Raiden was a little jokester. I loved it. And so yeah, we meet Sonya, who just wants revenge from Kano, and
Words
honestly,
cannot express how little I care about her, unfortunately.
oh yeah, Sonya, yeah, she was very flat in this movie, and it's just like you could have said something. They set it up better in the newer movie. She's actually like an interesting character. They go into more in depth with her, like her backstory and stuff. They changed a lot, but like in a good way. Like she's much better in the newer movie. But yeah, this one, it's like, why do you care about her? Kano killed her partner, and she wants revenge, and then that's it. And like she gets it so fast in this movie, like pretty,
it's
pretty
like
quickly.
immediate. It's like her
just,
first
like,
fight. It's just like, okay, I've gotten everything I want now.
Yeah,
Now time
like
to be a damsel.
Yeah, her arc's done, and then she's just like, okay, well, we got to find something to do with this girl. Like, let's just make her get captured. We'll go into more of that later because I have a few notes on that as well. And then Johnny Cage just starting to be a failing actor. That's pretty much it. People think he's fake, and that's it.
Which
yeah,
that
they
also
get
never
all that.
made sense to me because, like, what do you mean they think you're a fake? What, you're an actor?
Like
What do you-
a fake martial artist, like, because a lot of actors can't actually do martial arts,
And they, like, are
which is
faking
the,
their own
the
stunts.
case
Yeah.
in this movie. Like, only out of the three, only Liu Kang is the only one who actually knows martial arts. So it's like you've kind of proven the point with how
Yeah.
bad your fighting looks, because it's
And it's
I think
also
maybe
like
it's a
they
meta
they
thing.
keep
I don't
playing
know.
up the like, oh, he's out of shape. He keeps like he's the only one that has to catch his breath, and I'm like, it seems like maybe it's not imposter syndrome if you're actually an imposter.
Yeah, exactly. It's just you kind of fit the shoes, man. Just take it. And the guy's like the guy who Shang Tsung is pretending to be. It's just like, you're the best martial artist in the world. I was like, did you just see that fight scene? That shit was horrible. And there is a reason why a lot of the fights in this do look so bad. A, the actors don't know how to fight, and B, back then martial arts fights were quick cuts, so you just see like a punch or two and then it would cut. But the director of this, he's like, I want more long shots. I want you guys to like be in the action and see the fights go on, so the shots go on longer. But back then, like, they hadn't figured that out yet, so that's why it just looked so goofy, because they choreographed it like there was going to be a lot of cuts, but the director's like, no, I want to see it in action. So that's why a lot of it kind of looks
So
hokey.
the actors that play Sonya and that white guy, they don't have a martial arts background outside of this?
No, I know for sure Sonya didn't. I'm even going to go into that since we're talking about it. I have a note about that. She was supposed to be... There's a whole story about this. I'm going to say it quickly. So she was originally cast as Sonya, but then... No, she had auditioned to play Sonya like 7 times, she said.
Oh.
And yeah, but she kept auditioning, and it was taking so long. She took Billy Madison. I don't know if you've ever seen that with Adam Sandler. She took that movie, instead of this because she hadn't gotten like the thumbs up that she was going to be Sonya, so she took something else. And then actually Cameron Diaz was cast as Sonya based off of the mask, and then she ended up breaking her wrist during training, and it just so happened that she finished filming Billy Madison as soon as that happened. So she was brought in and then she got the job, and then she started training. So she didn't have as much time to train as everyone else, which is why I kind of like give her a little bit of slack of her fighting, because like she didn't have like the 6 or 7 months that everyone else kind of had. She only had, I think it was like 5 or 6 weeks to kind of learn how to fight. So you know what, I'll give her that one. It's not her fault, but you know, she had some good stuff, but like overall, flat character. I was just
I'm also
honestly,
I'm okay with her fighting being more like. I think it may almost make sense for her character having like the military background that it does. That it wouldn't be like it would be kind of stilted, and it would be kind of like very sharp movements without a lot of grace to them.
Yeah, I feel like they should have focused more on her. Like you kind of see it where she's more boxing than in kickboxing rather than like martial arts kind of thing. And I think that definitely does fit in with her character more. Is that like she would be like fighting with the boys, you know, on the bases and stuff like that, which they do in the new movie as well. Which I keep comparing the two, but it's like with her, like it's night and day difference.
Okay,
but like way better fighter. In the new movies, they did hire all actors who do have a martial arts background, so all of the actors are actually doing like pretty much all the fighting in the new ones.
Yeah,
and that's why I think I liked it so much. I definitely think you should watch that one. It's really fucking good.
Sure. I do know that the actor that plays Liu has a very like long martial arts background.
Yeah. I know Liu had been around for a long time, and he had done like a ton of martial arts movies and stuff like that. So he was somebody I kind of knew already as well. I've seen him in other things when I was a kid. So yeah, that's why like his fight scenes are the better ones, are like the best ones in this, because he's actually paired against like enemies and actors who are martial arts trained, like, you know, like Sub-Zero and Reptile and stuff. They actually are martial artists, so that's why like those fight scenes were really good. I actually still think the Sub-Zero one really holds up to this day as like a really good fight scene, because watching those two just go at it is really funny and really awesome. And I just thought of a moment when him and Sub-Zero are fighting. You see like Sub-Zero like do a flip down the ramp, and then Liu just does like a random jump kind of thing. He's just like, because like I guess they tried to get him to do backflips down that ramp.
I noticed that too. I'm like, what the hell was this?
Yeah, he couldn't do it, and they only gave him like 1 or 2 tries, and then they just like moved on. They didn't even give him a chance to like redeem it, so he's just like, fuck it. So he just did like that little leap and just yelled and stuff, and I was like, that's still so funny to watch, because it's just such an unexpected thing. He just like flips and he's just like, and it makes me laugh every single time.
I personally appreciate whoever did the costuming. The percentage of time of like the runtime of this film that Robin Shou spends without a shirt on, I appreciate it.
I still don't know. Oh yeah, like
he's the actor that plays Liu.
Yeah. It just clicked in my head. I didn't even remember. But he has his shirt off a lot. But I mean, if I had that, I'd be wanting my shirt off a lot too, because that's hard work. Like I
also really like his hair. You know, that guy's aged super well. I've been deep in the fucking trenches of the Robin Shou fan community as it stood in the early 2000s and like late 90s.
Wow!
And it's, listen, there's a lot of pictures of this man shirtless, and I was sending them to our mutual friend Tirif Masu. And Tirif sent back an image of how he looks now at the age of 65. And let me tell you, he's aged with beauty.
Hey, good for him, man. Good for him. I love that.
I
don't know if he's really up to anything these days.
No, he's not done anything since 2015. Trust me, I've looked. I looked.
Fucking just went nuts.
I if I had been alive, hold on, I'm actually going to quote what I said to Tiramisu yesterday when we were talking about Robin Shou, my new favorite actor, actually. My new favorite guy. So I found out the official Robin Shou website, robinshow.com, which is not accessible anymore because it's based on Flash and Flash is dead. I used the Internet Archive to go back in time and to look at it. And one of the things that it has is like one of those guest books where you could just leave anonymous notes for this man. And there was also a contact page that just had his full email address. It's just in plain text, which I didn't email him, but I did consider it.
Should've.
Anyway, he has specifically a part of his website dedicated to a single picture of himself cross-dressing for the film Beverly Hills Ninja. He had a cross-dress for a scene for that, and he dedicated an entire page of his website just to a picture of him dressed as a girl. And it says, in one scene, Robin, dressed as a lady in disguise so Haru wouldn't recognize Goebel sitting across from him in the restaurant, let him know what you think of him dressed as a woman. Should he do other roles where he plays as a female? Didn't Dustin Hoffman win an Oscar playing a woman? That's what the webpage says. And my comment to Tiramisu was, if I was alive when this website went online, I would have made him regret asking what I think of him dressed as a woman. This particular page was removed sometime between September 24th and December 30th of 2006. This means there was a solid 3 years where I was both able to read and write and able to surf the web, where I would have been capable of going to robinshow.com, finding the page of him cross-dressing, and harassing him by sending him a thirsty email. If only my parents had thought to show me the Mortal Kombat 1995 before I enrolled in kindergarten.
What have they done? What have they done?
Yeah, I'm going to send you this picture, actually, of
Yeah,
Robin
I
Shou
wanna see
cross-dressing. I'm going to send this to you on Discord. You can continue talking about whatever movie we allegedly watched. I just went on a bunch of Robin Shou fan pages. One of them's in Russian, by the way.
Oh, damn. He looks good.
Right?
He looks good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a good jawline. Like, it's... Yeah, Yeah, I'm for it. Absolutely. Was that all you were focused on? Was the Robin of it all?
At some point, I vividly remember it was during the fight with that lizard, that computer generated lizard.
Reptile, yeah.
Yes, Reptile. It was during that fight I paused the movie. It was only about 30 minutes until the movie ended, and I was like, okay, no, this man's been shirtless for too long. I gotta know his name. This is rude. This is impolite. I can't just, I've just stared at this man's shirtless body, just ogling for the last hour, and I don't even know this guy's name, so I went and I looked him up, and then I went on a deep dive for at least an hour, and then realized, oh, wait, I should probably finish watching this movie.
I respect it. Yeah, I mean, like you said, like I told you, you had a banana moment. She stopped watching the movie for 3 hours just to go into something.
I
respect the hell out of it.
Yeah, there are so many fan-made Robin Shou web pages on GeoCities that date back to the late 90s, early 2000s. Most of them are obviously not still around and accessible anywhere except for the Internet Archive. There is one that is still available, I will say, if I can find it. It is the Russian fan page for Robin Shou. And on the fan page there is a forum where you can kind of go and talk about stuff. And on that there is only 5 forum posts. Almost none of them have anything on them. But my favorite of which, the top most recent one, just simply reads Robin's body.
Whoa.
It reads, Robin's body. He has a beautiful muscular form. And it has 0 comments because everybody was like, yep, and moved on.
That's the post. This is the post, man.
Yep. So that's one of the few that still remains, but it linked to a bunch of other dead websites, which is how I kind of stumbled across at least 5 different GeoCities Robin Shou fan pages.
I think you need to start your own fan page.
Yeah, I think it's time. My favorite of them was a webpage. So a lot of them, they love to open with GIFs. They love to have GIFs as like the center of their thing. I guess that was a new thing in the 90s. I don't know. I wasn't alive. My favorite one opens with a GIF that is like expanding outwards, like radial style, to like slowly reveal a PNG of Robin Shou. And of course it's shirtless. And because of the way this photo was cropped, the very first thing when it like zoomed in and it's just a tiny circle before it expands outward is just his nipple. So there's like a solid, and it's so slow, this GIF, that there's a solid few seconds where the only thing you can see is just Robin Shou's nipple circa 1995. Why are you
Hell
mowing the
yeah.
lawn? Never in my life has my neighbors mowed their fucking lawn. Why are they doing it now?
Yeah, they picked a one time. Jesus, don't they understand what's at stake here? We're talking
Yeah.
about Robin, all right?
We're talking about my boy.
The boy. Anyway, back to the movie
Okay.
after Nip. Also, I'm gonna put that picture of him cross dressing in the rest of the video in between our videos. So
Okay.
Robin's gonna be chilling
You
with
can
us.
also
the
have
rest
this
of the video.
happy birthday post that I found on the Robin Russian page. This is
Oh,
this
yeah,
was
yeah.
for his 55th birthday. They posted this in 2012.
Yeah, we'll put that right underneath. We'll slide that in there. We'll find a place for it.
Thank
I
you.
got this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start making fan cams of this man.
I really think you should. I think that would be awesome. And then then you email him some. Once you grow the balls and you email him, you'd be like, "Hey, what's up?"
He's got a wife and children. His wife was suspended off of Twitter, and I do not know why.
Ooh, I definitely want to know why. I want to find that out. That's a deep dive. That's for another day. That's for another day. I feel like we could do an entire episode about this man.
I would love to.
I'm actually
We
down
could
to
watch
record
Beverly Hills
that
Ninja.
one day. Yeah,
I'm sure it's extremely racist.
a little bit from what I remember. A little
Yeah, I
bit.
think the entire thing is about like the one white ninja, whatever, that's like all powerful,
Yeah, it is.
way
Chris
better than all
Farley,
of
yeah.
the other ninjas.
It's something else. I haven't seen that in a long time. I don't know if it is like super racist. I'd have to watch it.
I don't care about it. I just want to see Robin Shou dressed as a lady.
Moving on. All right. So we're first of all that ship that they took to get to the island.
Uh-huh.
I would fucking love to have that. That thing was badass.
You'd
Like
fuck
it
that
looked
ship.
so cool. I would fuck that ship. Just fucking cut a hole in it and I'm going in. You know what I mean? Like sink or swim, I'll plug that hole. So they get to the island and Johnny Cage's fucking bags. I would not have taken the bags up all those stairs that he had to go up. I would have given up like way sooner than he did. So props to him for trying to get them all the way up.
I
But
feel
there's
like
no
at that
fucking
point,
shot.
Like you're so far up, you just gotta commit. Like he was like 2 steps away.
I know. He was almost there. If you would have just fucking 30 more seconds, you probably would have made it to the top, man. I would not have made it that far though. I'd be like, I'll take one, the rest. Maybe they're there when I finish this. Maybe they're not. I don't care. But I'm also lazy, so that makes sense. So they get up and they get into the food hall and everything like that. And then they're starting to eat, which that food kind of looks delicious. I'm not gonna lie.
does.
Like it made me a little bit hungry.
Uh-huh.
And then they're like, okay, it's begun, and then here's a little demonstration, and they just flip the tables before they even got to finish eating their food. Those
Yeah.
people are probably starving, and
Waste
they're
of
just like,
food.
nah, fuck you. Yeah. And then that guy is just like, why would you try to take on Sub-Zero? And especially because you don't actually attack him until he can clearly see it coming, because you're just,
Yeah,
and then you
he
kick
was-
at him, and then you're just frozen.
He was just doing forms. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. I would not expect. I'm picturing myself as like this grunt, this lackey, this employee of this organization. Like I'm here working for the tournament judge, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show you some forms now. Like I did Taekwondo for very briefly period of time. And so I'm like, okay, we're gonna show what we got. We're gonna do some forms. And then this guy starts sparring, and I'm like, bro, what? That's not what this is. I'm not a competitor. I'm a guy.
I'm just a guy.
And it's like best case scenario for this random employee is he kills Sub-Zero, and then what? Your boss is gonna be mad at you.
Yeah, you just killed one of his most powerful fighters.
Yeah, you killed one of his favorite boys.
you're fucked, bro. Even if you
Yeah.
win, you lose. Because, like, either that pressure gets put onto you to beat everybody,
Mhm.
or you just get fucking sucked off into get your
Yeah.
soul sucked off, you know?
Uh-huh.
And that's what happens anyway. He gets his soul sucked out. And then we get to see Goro. Fucking
Yeah.
Goro. I do respect that even though CGI was a thing back then, they
Mhm.
didn't try to make him CGI because at least he
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of holds up being animatronic. At
Mhm.
least it holds up a little bit, but it still doesn't look great. Like it Goro's the kind of guy that you would get really drunk and then you would take home because you thought they looked like a supermodel. You know what I mean? Like, and then you wake up in the morning and that's what you see. That's
Goro,
Goro. That's
listen,
Goro.
listen. His hands are large. There's more than two of them.
That's true.
I think I
That
would have
is
to be like only like 3 drinks in, and I'd start considering it.
Yeah, you know what? You got me on there. You got me there. What can those hands do? You
I
know,
listen.
it's
I at least would choose Goro over whatever that white boy's name is, Johnny Cash, whatever.
oh Johnny Cage. Yeah, no,
Johnny Cage.
100%. And
I
like
don't want that man anywhere near me. That man's in a file somewhere.
100%. Like that dude Epstein list easily,
Yeah, I
easily.
don't trust that. I don't trust that guy.
No, he's creepy to Sonya too. She's like
Uh-huh.
clearly like not interested and keeps telling him off, and he's just like, "Sup, baby." I mean,
Yeah.
she should have just not shot at him. Like,
Yeah, and he was the only one, like him and Kano, who's like very explicitly a bad guy, were the only, and the Emperor, when the Emperor put her in her slutty little regalia, they were like the
mhm,
only ones that were sexualizing her, and it's like the two of these people, narrative wise, are explicitly the worst of the villains.
yeah,
And
it's
then it's just Johnny Boy over here being a little sex pest, and it's like, okay,
little
buddy.
pest, little pesty boy. Oh, and then they get lost in the catacombs. I could smell her perfume. That whole thing, you know,
Ugh.
boring. Yeah, you would not. I was gonna skip past it, but now I just got mad. Johnny Cage is just like, yeah, she went this way. I can tell. I can smell her perfume. Motherfucker, those are clearly thick ass cobwebs that have not been broken and have been there for a long time. And you're saying she went down this path? Like, are you dumb? Are you
Yeah.
dumb?
What are you, an asshole? Yeah.
I was a kid and I remember thinking, she clearly didn't go this way, bro. Fucking actors, man. Fucking actors. Oh, who did we get first? I think we got. So Liu Kang just fights some random guy and beats him, which was fine. You know,
yeah.
it was fine. Just some random guy gets his soul sucked off after losing. And, you know, I do like the animation of the soul sucking, though. I thought it was pretty cool, especially the first one, especially with the 90s special effects that they had. I think it still looks cool.
Yeah,
A
I
little
agree.
later, it kind of starts like getting a little weird, but that one
Okay,
was good.
so I'm not in on the Mortal Kombat lore. Why does the Emperor get to keep the souls of the guys that the not that like they're not the Emperor's friends? Why does he get their souls when they win?
Yeah, I don't know why, because
I
usually he's the one who kills them and takes the soul.
Yeah,
Like,
that makes
or,
sense. I think that if you kill somebody, you should get to take their soul. I think that if
but
I
maybe
killed a man
it's a
and if my
tribute.
mortal enemy got to take their soul as a reward, I'm like, that's fucked up. That's my soul. What if I wanted to eat that? Why is he allowed to eat these guys' souls when like Sonya and everyone's killing them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a tribute thing, and also a lot of them they said like are slaves under his power.
True.
So like, I think Goro's the only one who isn't. But again, he offers him up willingly to take the soul because I mean, Goro's not going to take it anyway. So I think Goro's the only one who may be in actual control of giving it out. So I think that's kind of why he gets them. It's because like they're
Okay, so he
extensions
already
of
had.
him. That's
first
kind of
dibs
how I
in
look
that
at it.
situation. Okay. Okay. I can
Yeah,
respect that.
he's the puppeteer, so that's kind of what I give it to because I thought about that too. I was like, why is he fucking getting the souls when he doesn't when he's not fighting?
Why isn't our Grand Wizard, whatever the fuck that white guy? Why doesn't he get them?
Yeah, I my best guess is just they're enslaved, so they give it to him.
Okay, fair.
To satisfy him, so they're not next. I don't know. Whatever, it is what it is. And then the next one we get, I believe, is Scorpion versus Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Which at first, you know, like the come here and coming out of his hand, that's gotta feel weird. First of all, I was just thinking about that, like, but that's nothing really happens in that forest. He just does that thing, and then it wraps around the tree, and then comes back at him, and then head explodes, and that's it. And then they finally about to start fighting, and then Johnny Cage just goes to kick him, and then all of a sudden they're in the underworld. What's up, bro?
Sure.
First of all, needs to do some spring cleaning in there. It's really disgusting. Call a maid or something, man. Like, it's you can do so much better. You have a whole realm. You can fix this little pocket if you're bringing people over. You know what I mean?
That's true. I never considered it. I was about to be like, yeah, he's got a whole realm. Of course, he's got a monitor. Like, he's got bigger things to do. But this is the part that he's bringing people into.
Yeah. Like,
if I invite a man over to my place, I make sure at least the path to get from my front door to my bed is intact and okay.
Exactly. Like, at least, like, have something. Like, have a little corner where you can fight. You know what I mean? You can even hide weapons if you want to hide weapons there, man. You got them. You can do that. Do whatever you want.
That's true. Actually, if I had a pocket dimension and I could just like suck people off at will into the pocket dimension, I would booby trap my pocket dimension.
Yeah, just like fucking put it like, you know, like fucking brick goes in and they get fucking chopped or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much you could do with it. But no, he's just like, oh, you're in hell. Choke on skeleton bone dust, you pussy. And like, that's all he does. You know what I mean? And then,
which is actually an allegory for how much cocaine Johnny Cage was addicted to.
Whoa.
actually dark conspiracy theory, whatever the fuck that is with the Disney girls, like the entire thing is just a coked up dream that Johnny Cage had. None of it's real. Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, he's in the hospital ODing right now, and that's just a theory. And then so we get the fight scene gets better. Mm-hmm. But it's because you can tell it's not the Johnny Cage actor that's fighting as Johnny Cage, because it goes to wide shots. And even on some of the shots, you can clearly tell it's not him. So that's why we get the cool fight moves and all this stuff's going on. What I don't understand is when Scorpion rips his mask off and he becomes Skeleton Man, you know, he's breathing fire at him. He just breathes a bunch of fire and then just stands still. It's like, you could still fight.
Yeah.
Like, you could... And you just let Johnny Cage kill you. Like, you could have done something. You didn't even try to move or do anything.
He didn't have eyeballs at that point, did he?
No, I guess he didn't have eyes.
Couldn't see.
Maybe he just couldn't see. He had to put his head back on. You know, had to put his face. Didn't have his face on.
It's just like me every morning.
Yeah. I'm surprised I have a face on right now. I just take, unzip it and take it off in the morning. At nighttime. And then, so there was like a whole theory about like, after he blows up and stuff, the picture falling down, and it just like says to my biggest fan from Johnny Cage. There's like a lot of discourse online about, and it's so dumb. I don't know why, but I mean, people on the internet argue about anything, where it's just like, oh, did Johnny drop that, or did Scorpion, was he a fan who had met him and had it on him when he died? And there's like a lot of like discourse back and forth of what happened. And I don't remember if it's like officially said, but the most substantial theory is that Johnny Cage always has Johnny Cage. I thought I said Johnny Cash. I said it right.
I did it earlier.
Yeah, I think that's what made me like, oh wait, did I say it right? I did. I know I did. I'm great. And he always has them on him to give out to like fans and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And they just didn't show a scene where he like threw it down on him after he died, kind of thing. It's like, because in the games that is a move that you can do to them. He throws like a thing at him. So that's why like, okay, well, people like, that's in the game. That's kind of what it is. Like, it definitely came from Johnny Cage. And he just tosses it at him as like a little fuck you, that kind of thing. And I like that better than just Scorpion having it on him. I think, because that kind of makes me sad. He's like, oh, I got to fight my hero, and then he fucking murdered me. I think it's a little less sad than Johnny Cage just being like, hey, fuck you, buddy.
I think they're both kind of delightful. I like the idea that his hero among all, like, above all heroes is this one fucking asshole. It's just this one dude who can't even fight good.
Yeah, you know what? If you're gonna go out, at least go out by your hero. You know what I mean? Like, I guess there's worse ways to go. Oh, also, this is a note that comes from earlier, but it comes throughout the movie. When they like drop down and they do like a leg sweep kick,
Yeah.
There is no power behind those moves that they're actually doing. Like every time they do it, it looks ridiculous because it's like a little light leg slap. Like you knocking somebody over with that. You're like, at best, you might leave like a red mark, but you're fucking not. You're not taking somebody down with it. It keeps happening throughout the movie. And then here's a note that I didn't say, and I just realized it's in here. This is going back to when they're eating food. Hot, sweaty, shirtless men while eating delicious, meaty food. I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next fight we have, I think, is Sonya versus Kano. I think it's the next one. And he kind of goes down pretty quickly. He was also told not to kill her, so he was kind of holding back, I think, just messing with her. Because that's what Shang Tsung said. Only embarrass her, not kill her or anything like that.
Which is crazy to agree to do in a game where you know it's a fight to the death and only one of you can walk out.
Well, I mean, not everybody dies though, because Liu Kang and Katana fight, and she loses, but she doesn't die or get her soul sucked off.
That's true.
So I don't think it's like you have to. I think they just want it to be where it's like there's only one definitive person alive. But I mean, it also works out because if you win, you get rid of a lot of the opposition you might face if you take over, right? So it makes more sense for them to kill them then and then not have them group up together and fight them later on. I think it's a power move, and you know what? It's good strategy from Outworld. Oh, and then so they're fighting, and we already kind of talked about how Sonya's fighting style and everything like that. And she does the headstand, fucking grabs them with her fucking legs. She has some pretty like thick thighs, though. I'll give her that. She probably could have done that. And then she fucking throws his ass down. One thing that grosses me out, it always stands out to me, is all the spit coming out of Kano's mouth and just like going on her leg. I'm just like, I want to wipe that off and like take a shower because that is fucking disgusting. And like, there's so much just like frothing out of him, just falling on her leg. I was like, as an actor, I would be like, this is fucking gross. Like, this is disgusting, bro.
I think it is quite visceral, but I also am just like, ugh.
Like, I would rather somebody like slap me in the face than like spit on me. Like, I've always like held that fact. Like, I'd rather be punched than spit on because I think spit is just disgusting. And then so then we're gonna move forward a bit because we've been doing this for 40 minutes already. So, and then Katana and Liu Kang are like doing their little tussle, and she's just giving him fucking riddles instead of like telling him like, hey, do this to win. Like, here's some riddle. Like he could have died, and she's just like playing games with him. It's like, use the element which brings life. Which, I mean, water. But it took him a while to think of. But he's not that smart. He's not that smart. I'm sure Robin is, but Liu Kang's not.
Did he just
the
go
character.
to college?
Liu Kang, yeah, in the games, like he went to college. He seems kind of like airheaded, but maybe he was corrupted by being in America. You know what I mean?
I respect the himbo.
The what?
I respect a himbo.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he looks good. He can fight. So that was great. That was good. Fucking good joke, bud. And yeah, I mean, could have been like, hey, this dude's susceptible to water. Maybe do something with that. He's like, no, give him a riddle. But hey, you know what? If he figures it out,
it was also directly right in front of the Emperor, I will say.
That's true. I guess she wanted to play it cool with Shang Tsung there, but like he heard everything, and it was even like, Katana, what are you doing? And like, you may as well have just said it. Like, you may as well have just done it. But hey, whatever. He figures it out once they're fighting, and then the Colt. First of all, why is he charging up so much? He's very susceptible to be killed because, like, yeah, it's cold, but I mean, what if he just like throws something else besides like water? What if he just like found a spear like Johnny did against Scorpion, just tosses it through that? Like that wouldn't be broken by the ice man. But he's just like kamehamehaing it for so long. It's just like, I'm sure you could have done something with the ball you generated by now, but what are you gonna do? And then he gets a giant spike of ice through him. I feel like he can come back from that. Him being an Iceman, like, I'm sure he could thaw out a little bit. It's he's Iceman, and he's usually dead, and he's something. He's not just a normal human. Even in the games, like he comes back a lot. I don't know. I feel like they could just de-thaw him if they just took their time and just let it melt.
Get like a hairdryer.
Yeah, exactly. He might be okay. And then the next one we have is, I believe it's when Johnny challenges Goro. First of all, Johnny would not win that fight. There's just no fucking shot that he would do that. But then like he does a splitsy nut shots on, which they had to put that in the movie somewhere. It's his signature move. But he hits his nuts, and then Goro's all, oh fuck. Why doesn't he do something when Goro's like that? He lets him like regather, and then he just takes off and lets the dude recover from that. Like you could have like broken his leg or something, like fucking kicked his kneecap in or something, like wounded him, done something while he was distracted with that, and he just did nothing. He just runs away. I mean, it paid off because he did get him to fly off a cliff, but like you had a whole opportunity to do something to him, and you just chose not to take it. Like all it would have taken is like one time for Goro to get a hold of you like he did that other guy, and you're fucked. Like, because as soon as Goro got his hands on that other fighter and killed him, like it was easy because he just held him with one arm and then bam. Like, fucking Johnny, man. Dumb actors, bro.
Fucking
Dumb
Johnny.
Actors. Fucking Johnny, mate. And then Goro, gets fucking sent off the mountain, and hey, this is the part where you fall down. Throwback to his first scene, and then cinema.
What would have made the other scene make way more sense, and you wouldn't have all the fan theories, is if after Goro falls down, you just see the leaf of paper with Johnny's autograph fall slowly through the wind.
Just he does it to everybody, and it's just. They should have done that. They had a missed opportunity there for that. We go a little bit further, and Johnny had made a deal where he could Shang Tsung could challenge whoever he wanted to the final match, and he chose Sonya, and they go to that tube. And my note is, I want to take a ride on the Jello tube. I feel like that would be really fun. Tubed? Yeah, I want to go on Jello tube. I feel like it would feel cool, and then it's just like a fast way to travel. I think it would be fun. Unless it's sticky. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe it's sticky and gross. I'd be worried
about getting like tube residue on me.
That's true. It's like, when you touch slime or something and you take your hand out of it, and it's like there's like little chunks of like gelatin or something still stuck on you, just like little bits. I feel like you'd have to like hose down after. Actually, maybe I'm changing my mind about Jello tube. I think you might have talked me out of it. And then they see, they go to Outworld to follow because Shang Tsung kidnapped Sonya. We're in Outworld. We see it. It's pretty run down. We know that. It's from Shao Kahn, the big man behind it all. Spoiler alert, he comes back in the sequel to this, but it's very bad. That movie is very bad. It's very, very bad. It's considered like one of the worst movies that's ever been made. Yeah, I might have to do a video on that one just for the fun of it, because it is fucking terrible, but it's funny to rip on. But anyway, that's a whole nother can of worms. That's another can of worms. So they're going, and then Liu senses something's there, and he fucking grabs Reptile, throws him in the statue. We get a cool Reptile fight. We get his bicycle kick. Like, they had to put that in the movie somewhere too, which is really cool. Like, seeing Liu kind of like expand on what he knows is possible after seeing all those people with powers and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, it's just like, what? Maybe I could do some of this shit,
Maybe I can be cool.
Yeah, maybe I could be cool. And then he fucking kicks him, and then the Reptile just keeps flipping, even though he's not falling. He's just awkwardly flipping until he's just outside.
Cartwheels away.
Yeah, and then he starts coming out of the statue, and then he's just like, argh! He's like, I don't think so, and he starts stomping on him. And then the yell that he does sounds like so half-assed and like not good acting. He's like, and it's fucking great, but also terrible. Like, it just sounds so like unenthusiastic about what he's doing, and like, I get it, man. I get it. And so they continue, and then they're heading to the Black Tower.
I want to point out when the lizard turns into bugs, didn't like that. Didn't like when lizard became bugs.
Did not like that either. It was that like it gives you like the creepy crawlies where it's just like, oh, I could just.
And it's like
picture
going
them
around because he like just stomped it, so it's like his legs right there. Ugh.
You know, like some of that is got on his legs. Like some of that juice just splashed up on him, and he's got to walk around with that. Who wants to do that? This is gross. So we're at where they go into the tower because they're going to confront Shang Tsung, and we see Sonya all fucking BDSM'd up, hanging from chains in there. Yeah, and like she got her hair did or something, like because it was in a ponytail for most of the movie, but then it's just like all done up.
Who took the time to tease her hair?
Do they have like, you know, like salons in Outworld?
Do they have
or
a straight iron in hell?
yeah, like don't know why she's dressed up like that and has her hair did. Maybe Shang Tsung just like it's just like I'm a creepy old man. I'm gonna make her look like this, and nothing you can do about it. At least like she didn't agree to fight him yet, because she doesn't know that she can just say no and then he doesn't win. So you know she held out long enough, which is fucking great. And then Liu Kang challenges him, and then we get a pretty fun fight scene from that. He ends up summoning some dead people coming out the floor, which there is a deleted scene because you know how they say a couple of times in the movie that he's the descendant of Kung Lao. Says he's the descendant in a deleted scene. Kung Lao is one of the people that, like, the dead guys that comes out. So he has to fight his ancestor and stuff like that. So I think they should have kept that in. I think that would have been a little bit more fun. I was
really disappointed they didn't make him fight his brother at that point.
Yeah, like they there's so much they could have done. Like I know, like they bring in his brother and Shang Tsung turns into him and stuff like that to mess with his head. But it's like you did it right in front of him. He clearly knows that you're not his brother. Like you didn't go about it the right way. Like you should have summoned him like you did these other random monks and fighters. Because like if he's distracted by his brother while still you're trying to fight him at the same time. Like you're probably gonna win that fight because he doesn't know where to put his attention. Like you're probably gonna win that.
It just feels like a much more powerful narrative move as well to have the same conversation that he had just like with them when they're just chit chatting, but during the fight scene, it feels like it accomplishes the same thing and it's more like tension, and there's more at stake. It feels strange to split those up into two different scenes.
Yeah. If you would have just like blended them together, like I think you would have had something like special there. And I still do like the moment when he turns back into Shang Tsung. It's just like that "you're mine" moment, and like Liu Kang's just like, holy fuck, like it just takes him by surprise. I do like that moment. I think that's really goofy in this movie. But I will say, Cary Tagawa, I probably said that wrong, as Shang Tsung was perfect fucking casting for Shang Tsung. Like he's still like the definitive archetype for how that character should be, even in the games and everything. Like he still is like, and fortunately he did just pass away in December. He was 75, but yeah, he just passed away. But he did come back to voice the character in one of the newer games though, which is really fun. He came and did some voice lines, and so like they gave his model and everything, and you got to play as him with the voice actor. And then Raiden did the same thing in the same game. They both came back for it, so that's a cool little fun thing that they got to do. Like this was recently, like I think in the 2010s is when they did this. It was one of the more recent Mortal Kombat games, so it was pretty cool that they had that moment. But yeah, R.I.P. He was fantastic. Just had to throw it in there. How do we feel about the spiky floor? I like the spiky floor. I think it's really cool with the fucking dragon logo. You can clearly tell it's like the metal paper. What's that fucking called?
Aluminum foil?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But aluminum foil, like you can clearly tell like that's kind of what's on top of it. But hey, you know what? I like the idea of a spiky floor like that. Like I would buy that. Like if they sold that at like IKEA or something, I would probably pick that up. Like
buy a punji pit?
Yeah, just like give me some spiky floors, and I'll just kick people off of a ledge onto it. You know, kill my enemies that way.
I love whenever like the gang, like whenever the fight's over and the gang all just like has to stand awkwardly in the middle of these spikes.
Yeah, it's just like, oh
They're just like,
jeez,
yeah.
oh jeez. Yeah, and we got. I was worried originally when I was younger that they wouldn't put Liu Kang's fireball into the movie because like you have to, like he's that's like his most famous trait is that he can do fireballs and shit like that. And then, you know, that's how we got it. We got the finish with a little fireball move, and Shang Tsung takes a spike in the chest as one does and did not make it. And then we see all the souls coming out of him. And
I liked their stupid little pose as they went.
that's what I was about to say. It's just like they look so goofy. They're just like, oh, floating away and like going up into the sky. And then, you know, Liu gets to see his actual brother and have a moment with him before his soul
and then
is
his brother starts emoting and joins the rest of the gang.
Yeah, just ooh, and then goes on up to wherever they go from there. And then they leave the island. They've won Mortal Kombat. They're celebrating. Katana's there. They're back in our world and at the temple. And then all of a sudden, fucking Shao Kahn appears out of nowhere like he's in Attack on Titan with so much vigor and power. And that's exactly where the terrible sequel picks up, is that exact moment when we get the cool pose that they do at the very end, the last shot. That's where the exact moment that the next movie picks up, and it's fucking terrible. I think we might have to do a part 2 on that movie. Like I think it's worth a revisit because it's fucking insane. Like it's out there. It is a very out there movie. And that was Mortal Kombat. So what did you think of the movie overall?
It's very 90s. It's very in its time. As somebody that doesn't know anything about the game stuff, there was still some elements where I was obviously like, oh yeah, this is the voice line that the machine boxes make in the arcade. Like I recognize that from the machine boxes in the arcade. You know how we all have been to the machine boxes in the arcade?
Yep. Yeah. The machine boxes. Yep. That's what they're called.
Yep. So I was like, okay, I'm sure that this means something to somebody. That's cool. But in general, I think it was like pretty campy and fun, just as somebody that knows nothing about the series.
That's what people liked about it, is like it stayed true to the lore and the feel of the actual games, but it didn't take itself too seriously at the same time.
I like that the movie's tone itself didn't, like the narrative didn't take itself seriously, but all of the characters within it took it seriously. It wasn't like a Andy, whatever the fuck that white guy's name is, where it's like all of the movies is like wink wink nudge nudge, this is a movie and none of us are taking this seriously and we're all just like acting bad to be an asshole. It's like all of the characters very much cared about the world that they were in, but in like a super like over the top kind of way.
Yeah, I think it was like a perfect blend of serious and campy. It's like it's one of those like rare formulas that like they know it's not gonna be like an award-winning movie.
Yeah.
But it's something that people are going to enjoy and it's going to be memorable. Because, like, even, fucking so many years later, fucking 30 years now. Yeah, Jesus. People still like this movie. Like, it's still talked about. And it's a shame kind of what happened with the series after that. But this one is still pretty well regarded. So, what we're going to do now, I was going to say call it facts about this movie, but I'm going to call it trivia in honor of our boy Lou. I'm going to have fun editing that in there later. So this was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, and he became known for later video game adaptations like Resident Evil and Monster Hunter and stuff like that, with his wife Mila Jovovich. So he starts this off like pretty good, like pretty faithful to the games, and then completely tanks Resident Evil, which is absolutely nothing like the games. I don't know if you've seen those Resident Evil movies.
No, I've not seen a single movie.
Oh, not a movie. That's right. This is your first movie you've ever seen.
This is my first movie ever.
All right, nice. Resident Evil, not great. Not great movies. Whatever. You know what? We'll give him this one. He gets a little bit slack for this one being really good. This film had a pretty relatively modest budget especially for the 90s. It was about 18 to 20 million dollars is what this was a budget of. Which some parts you can see, like the set design and everything is still really nice. Like that holds really up. Good. Yeah, I still think like for the most part, this movie still holds up to this day, even though it is like 30 years old. I still think most of it holds up pretty well. So, but anyway, this was a major box office success for based on that budget. Yeah. Worldwide, it grossed about $120 million at the box office. Ooh. And became a major hit on VHS purchases as well for home purchases because, physical media was the thing back then. So it was considered like a very, very major success, which fucking good for them. Good for them, bud. Originally, Johnny Cage was supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was originally offered this because that's who Johnny Cage is actually based off of in the actual game, is based off Jean-Claude Van Damme, but he turned it down because he wanted to do the Street Fighter movie, which he shouldn't have done because it was way worse than this. Yeah. First choice to play Raiden was not Christopher Lambert. Originally, they wanted Sir Sean Connery to play Raiden, but however, and this is a really, really funny reason to turn it down. He's very candid about it. He turned down the role because he wanted to play golf and wasn't interested in a physical role at the time. That was his very public reasoning for turning down this movie. Is he just wanted to play golf.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Like I was like, that's such a good like tidbit to find. I never heard that before until I was researching this movie. I'm like, I fucking love that. Sean Connery is a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong, but like, that's a really funny fucking reason. This is before we knew he was a piece of shit. So
I don't know who that guy is. So I'm gonna I don't know movies. But edit over. Lambert, he's told me that this guy sucks. I agree.
Yeah, we came back. He sucks. Gave reasons. We both agree he sucked. But Christopher Lambert was a fellow cast member of Sean Connery, which is it's kind of funny that they starred in a couple movies together, which is what kind of like brought Christopher Lambert to make him famous. They were starred in the Highlander movies, and so that's kind of how Christopher Lambert got this part, which I think was the better fucking choice because Christopher Lambert is still like considered to be like the best Rated. There hasn't been many, but he's still considered to be like the best, and I love his performance in this. I think he's charming and he's fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was definitely like one of the better characters in this movie for sure. The theme song Techno Syndrome by the Immortals became hugely popular and is still considered like a major part of this franchise. Like even to this day, all of the other movies that have come out have had a version of this song, including the one from 2021 and the one that comes out this week. Both had remixed versions of this song still. And I believe because of that song, this was the first techno album for the soundtrack to become, I think it was to go platinum was because of this song in this movie. So it was like for techno, it was a pretty big deal that this movie came out. It is still considered one of the better video game movies, especially of the 90s, which we kind of touched on earlier. But yeah, it still holds that. People still love it. Yeah, Mortal Kombat Annihilation followed this up, which killed the franchise for a very, very long time. So the Rotten Tomatoes for the reviews, the reviewers on the tomato meter gave it 43%. Which I don't think it deserves that low. But the popcorn meter for the fans gave it a solid 58%, which I think kind of is a fair assumption for where this should be. I think I would have given it higher, but I like kind of like the campiness and goofy movies like this. But, serious moviegoers might not share that. So it's hard to argue with 58%. I still love this movie. It's still one of my favorites. I've watched this many, many times throughout the years. I remember having it on VHS and just like fucking watching the shit out of it. I did have the cartoon as well, but I don't remember anything about it.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, I don't. I remember like little like bits and pieces of it, but I don't remember most of it. But yeah, the sequel to this killed the franchise for a very, very long time for movies. They tried to do a movie, which there's it's like an 8-minute trailer for a concept of this movie that came out in it was like 2010, 2011, that kind of time, where it was like a gritty kind of more realistic approach to it. Really fucking good trailer though. It's like I would have watched that movie. Like they pitched it as a movie, but it didn't get picked up as a movie, even though people were like, yes, do this. It got made as like a web series, but was very bad. Although there is some good things in it. So it got 2 seasons of the web series, and there's a really, really good episode that's about Raiden. It's when Raiden comes to Earth to kind of protect the world. This is quick, and then we'll wrap things up. But Raiden comes to Earth, but he lands on Earth right outside of like a mental asylum, and so he starts going on about he's Raiden, the Lord of Thunder, and everything like that. And obviously they think he's crazy, so they trap him in and start like forcing drugs on him, so he can't escape and can't stop Shang Tsung from destroying the world. It's just like him in the. It's like I think it's like 10 minutes long or something like that. It's a really short episode, and it's just like him trying to get out, and then he eventually convinces another patient to kill him, which sets him free, and it's pretty good. It's pretty That's fucking awesome. Cool. It was a really like interesting concept to how they handled Raiden. I think that was probably the best part of it, and then the Scorpion and Sub-Zero stuff was really good too. But beyond that, like that series was not good. But yeah, that was Mortal Kombat. Fucking amen. Gonna watch the second one. I've convinced myself got to do another episode on the second one. So maybe we'll you and I'll do it. We'll get some other people too. I think even a group watching of that to roast it would be
really funny to bring
really
other people
fun.
in and just have them watch the second one and not the first one. I think that's.
I thought about that. I was like, have you
funny.
seen this first one? No. Okay, perfect. You're gonna watch the second one, and then you're gonna try to figure out what happened from there. And then I think that's a really good idea too. So I might do that as well. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on, Alfie. It was a pleasure. We fucking gabbed for over an hour, so I love that.
I would love
that.
if I could sign off in my own special way from my favorite quote, which I found in the fan mail page on robinshow.com, the official site for Robin Shou, famed actor. My favorite line that I've read from this, it was from a girl in Hungary who wrote a long thing that doesn't matter and then ended it off by saying, "Take care and be the most handsome guy the rest of your life in the world."
Yeah, thank you. I love that. That's a good way to end it. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for Alfie for joining me. Make sure to like and subscribe this video if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're,
smash
you
that
like
bell
your
to receive notifications every time we go.
Smash
upload.
that bell, bro. Smash it. And if you prefer just audio versions, it's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. It's on Amazon Music. It's on all the major platforms. You can listen. You can just listen to it whenever you want, man. So
Wherever
make sure to
podcasts
follow
are
it on
sold.
those too. Yeah, wherever you get your podcasts, you can listen for free. By the way, yeah. Thank you, and have yourselves a wonderful day.